Did you? I didn't think I got a notification.
And we live.
That's his idea. You know.
I had said something earlier that I was going to be going.
Oh my gosh, it looks so different with my hair dark back here.
Yeah, well, I need to put my hair up.
We're just making sure.
It's really cool
Stuff is
having
working?
your
Yeah,
head
hang on.
with a French braid.
I got to kill this.
I don't know how to French braid, so.
I kind of.
There we go.
You're missing some at the bottom. It's very difficult. I need to go find a hair.
Hello, amigos.
We're live. Okay, we're live. There we go. So yeah, hey amigos. Hi. Yeah. We had F all going on night.
It was actually a request.
It wasn't directly a request, he just wanted to know if we were. And since we have a brand new page that all the orcs have done lately, and Lady D is working on her lovely, lovely lava board. So yeah, we're just doing what we do. It frozen for me? What's frozen for you? Is the stream frozen for you?
Warm in here.
Can you nuts? Oh, well, you
Too
know.
many people watching porn. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. What else would the internet be for? Porn.
Hey, look at that. He throws Zane and I at the ready.
There we go, guys. Yeah, so we're just, I got some builds going on, and we were just going to be at the bench all night tonight anyhow.
Okay,
so
it did freeze for a second. That's what was going on.
Yeah, it froze for a sec. I had to kill the,
He had a game on.
I had raid going.
Raid. Shadow Legend.
Give me that money.
Anyway.
I probably don't meet their minimum requirements for channel relativeness.
You don't. Hi, Meeks.
My man Meeks. Everyone, say hello to my man Meeks, the newest.
No, not Warcraft.
No.
Raid Shadow Legends. We don't play World of Warcraft anymore.
And we were thinking about going back, and then Monday happened. So, yeah.
So that's not happening.
Yeah, that's not anytime soon. So, but everyone say hello to Meeks, the newest member.
No, you're not Zane.
The Gamecraft Dragon family of Patreon members.
Really not.
What?
Zane wants us to say it.
So what?
Phrase.
What?
The one that he always yells whenever Meeks enters a room.
No.
That's what I said. What?
It's naughty.
Not gonna say it.
Does it steal jeans?
For the horde.
There you go. Except,
we tend to play Alliance.
I mean, I do have Horde. I played Horde and Alliance.
Yep, legs in the back, playing peekaboo.
Does it steal jeans?
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. So yeah, I decided I needed a break from the orcs. I finished my Death Killer War Trike, and I finished 10 boys. I've got another group of boys that are about half done. So I needed to do something different just to kind of break it up, but I'm still in a deep hobby mode right now, and not really ready to work on that terrain that I've got planned. So I figured if worse comes to worse, I could just
There it is.
figure out how this.
Well, Arizona's extended. Oh, so Arizona's until May 15th. Ours is until May 26th.
Yeah.
How long did the file take to download? I think we already have it. The Chaos one?
Yeah, it took about 10 minutes.
Oh, it would take longer than that.
Wow.
What?
This fit is for crap.
Because they're daring it.
No. I mean, the piece fits like crap. And of course, not numbered.
Took more than that to upload. We have a really good connection, man.
The hell, man? Oh, it's like running behind him? What a bizarre.
You're really going to comment on bizarreness when it comes to a tyrannid?
These are gene stealers.
They're tyrannids.
Gene stealers. They steal genes. Yeah, I'm going to have to shave that to get that to fit in place. Wow. Oh, let's get these bases knocked up.
No, my child's back there on their computer, and I used to play EverQuest too. I couldn't get him to play. What the fuck are gene stealers? Zane asked. Well, gene stealers are a cult.
What are gene stealers?
People that have been infected by tyrannids that think that they're trying to alleviate humanity from the grips of the emperor's BS.
No, that's the gene stealer cult. These are the actual gene stealers. This is after they've been all gooified. This is them reborn into monsters.
Yeah. Why the... Wow, Commodore got that one fast.
Why they F? Because I have a single box of them.
No, I think he means why are they working for the Tyranids?
Because they are disenfranchised
Humans.
in the Empire.
I have gene stealers. He says he has gene stealers. That's not a gene stealer. And according to the box, that's not a gene stealer either.
These are gene stealers.
No, they're not. According to the box. Okay, so we can all read it together. The Wraithing Shadow Tyrannid starting set.
And then look at the back.
Tyrannids.
They're gene stealers. Yes, gene stealers are part of the...
Tyrannid tactics, Tyrannid gene stealers.
They're gene stealers. They said,
They're
yes, they're part of the Tyranids, but they're gene stealers. They're specifically gene stealers.
Well, see, unfortunately, when you tell people gene stealer, they're going to think the cult.
No, you got to say gene stealer cults.
Oh, my God.
Those are two different things.
Somebody kill me.
No.
See, when I think of when I hear gene stealer, I think the cult.
Well, that's a funny thing. These are the one unit, I believe, that can be
They're elites. Is what they are.
Well, they're elite. They may be elites in gene stealer cults. In Tyrannid armies, they're troops.
Keep them away from my denim, Dave says.
Here's the thing. I have them because I want them for Kill Team, because I wanted to run a gene stealer unit for Kill. And they had really good extra terrain in the box.
I know that part, man.
At some point, I was thinking about playing a Tyrannid army, but
then
I got into Orcs, and I'm like, one Horde army is enough for any person. So I'm building one group of these guys just so I have them for Kill Team. They're kind of cute. And
okay. So if the Gene Stealer Tyrannid types can be run with either Colt or Tyrannid, does that mean that you can actually put the same in their own army as long as they're in their own 500-point detachments?
They don't have to be 500-point detachments.
Oh, just their own detachments?
I believe Gene Stealer cults and Tyrannids can be put into the same army. I could be wrong, though. I don't know that for certain.
That's why I'm asking, because there are people who know better than I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I only recently learned that the Gene Stealer cult are basically Tyrannids that were are humans that were infected by Tyrannids that don't realize that they're basically worshipping Tyrannids. Like the Imperial Guard can go in.
Oh, yeah. Called Blood Brothers.
But they lose all of their stratagems.
Yes, they do. They have their own stratagems as Bloodboaters.
I did not know that. Thank you for informing me. I appreciate it.
But they can run around with freaking Layman Russes, though.
Sorry. Anything that has to do with a freaking thing, I just hear.
That's a Torox.
I know. I can't help it. Yes.
Almost done gluing these bases up. Then I'll get my face up and look at you guys.
You get TK. Use the full guard book, which is neat. Lets you bring Bane blades and shit. Don't get any benefit, and CP is cut in half. Interesting. Thank you, Zane. Like I said, I'm still kind of learning here, so...
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. Gene Stealer cults have never appealed to me.
They got some really cool-looking
Models.
figures, though.
They got some cool-looking models. But to actually play them, they've never really appealed to me. If I want to play Tyranids, I want to play Tyranids. And if I want to play humans, I want to play Guard. That's just me. And like, what's really funny is that their Rock Crusher Goliath, I love the look of that vehicle, and I eventually will buy one, and I'm going to loot it up and give it to my orcs. I'm going to turn that thing into a battle wagon for my orcs, because it's awesome. Put a big
Where in the name of the warp did you assholes find that?
Some humies. Some humies had it. They forgot. They lost it. So.
Found it.
All right.
An Elysium drop. I love the fact that they can just pop up.
Yeah.
The Elysium drop troops have the same rules, I believe.
What's really neat is that they come with these little pod-like things that you put on the board ahead of the game, and they can pop up at any time from one of them. Bleep.
You know what I'm seeing when I see those things?
Space buttholes.
No, your game with those nasty ass eggs you made.
Yes.
No thanks, I choose life. See ya. Can we do something about it? Sure. Anybody got some napalm? No, but I got this thing of vodka. Close enough. One day, I want to do a Gene Stealer's cult, but replace the different stages of alien infection with different stages of lycanthropy. That would be cool.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I really like. That's the thing. The Gene Stealers, the ones that came, I would have preferred actually Warriors, but that's not what they sell in the starter box, unfortunately. When I bought these guys, I thought they were going to be Warriors. I didn't even look. I was just like, I know I want the Tyranid starter box, but I think to complete my specifically, and these guys are only specifically for Kill Team, I think I specifically want to get some Warriors, and I don't know, I have to look at what else they have available. I want to paint up some of these guys because the Tyranid are just cool looking. And I needed a break from I needed a small break from works. I figure building a bunch of you guys and just put them in the box after I prime them. That's probably
I don't know. That is a good question. Can you use the Tyranid Warriors and Gene Stealer's Cult in a kill team?
You can use Warriors in Tyranids. You can use Gene Stealers, I think, in either Gene Stealer Cult or Gene Stealers or Tyranids. I don't know. I honestly really don't know. I haven't. Again, this is my first foray into the Tyranids. I wanted originally to paint these guys
Like crab.
I originally wanted to paint these guys like I had a really cool crab theme I wanted to do for them, but their armor doesn't work.
Check your messenger.
My they don't have the same kind of armor that other Tyranids do. And I have this really great idea. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Oh, nifty.
Yeah, somebody taking an orc mega boss and then puts the skulls in the shoulder pads and give them a choppa. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Make a good war boss. That's tight. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to focus on orcs. When I'm actually able to actually buy figures again, or have a need to buy figures again, it will very, very almost definitely be more orcs. If for nothing else, just to get some more orc bits, because bits are king.
Every time I hear that, I just hear Steven Universe. Bits.
Yeah. So,
A little too hard.
now the other thing they have in here is they have options for these guys to have their scything claws or just their rending claws. And I keep looking at the rules for their scything claws, and I'm like, I can't really see a good reason to have the big claws, because all they do is they let you re-roll once. And I'm like, okay. But the other one, they have AP. So, I mean, yeah, re-rolling once to hit is great, but if I hit and I get a 6 on the wound roll, it's a -4 AP, so you're not coming back from it. So I actually think I don't know. I might build some with the scything claws. I don't know. Because I'm building them for kill team. I'm kind of free to do whatever I want with these guys, because I don't have to worry about unit coherency or anything like that. Again, I'm just building them for fun. I'm not really too concerned about how super OP are they. I'm not really super worried about that part of it. Man, though, these builds, these sculpts, they are messy. I mean, they don't have a lot of flashing, but their slots don't really fit together. Oh no, they got flashing. Holy crap. Yeah, the flashing's pretty bad too. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I heard people complaining about orcs and the orc sculpts being kind of grubby. They are nothing compared to these. I was building orcs just fine. These are some really grubby sculpts. The pieces do not fit together well. Did you ever put the dog out?
Yes. No, he wants out of bed.
Oh, he wants out of the bedroom.
He's being held hostage again.
So yeah. What are y'all working on? I hate it when they don't fit just like the Wolfen. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that about the Wolfen. I really want to set a Wolfen, but yeah, I've heard that those don't. Wow. Wait a minute. How is that going to fit in there if that's... That is awful.
Death Guard and Metallic Ultras is what Zane says.
Nice.
What the heck? How is it even walking?
It's running.
That is the weirdest running motion. Its foot is forward, and why is it like that? That doesn't make any damn sense. I'm still working on Ragnar and my chapter master. That I can't wait to see makes.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Had we not been so sleepy today,
Oh my gosh.
it's been raining all day, and
I was trying so hard. I failed so epically.
it has just been so rainy, sleepy, rainy today that I wanted to get my 3D printer set up today. Yeah, that didn't happen. Because I want to get the camera up. I'm actually going to film setting that thing up, so you others that get one kind of know what to expect.
And then
Yeah, it's been a sleepy day.
I sat down on the couch.
Knocked out.
Of course, I had one of my dogs keeping me company, so then I go lay down in the bed, and my one of my cats went, "Oh, you're laying down now. Okay, we come cuddle with mom." Hi.
And so I'm like, "Where'd you go?" I went to go look for it, and she's out cold. And I go over to say, "Hey, what's going on?" And I fell into her sleepy on field, and
That's that.
yeah, I lost a half an hour there.
My mom lives in California, and she was telling me that it was hot as hell yesterday there.
So tell me, have any of you actually purchased GW's mold line scraper tool? Have you bought it? Have you used it? Because I mean, I just can't imagine buying a chunk of unsharpened metal to scrape mold lines.
Meek says, "I want one so I can print flight stands."
Yeah, 3D printer.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
honey.
no, totally. I'm looking at
I'm a little
this.
confused there.
I'm looking at this P61 that I want to orcify out, and I got to get a flight stand for it. And so I'm right now looking for, since I don't care if the stand part is clear or black, I'm looking to see if I can find a GW standard flight stand model on Thingiverse, because that'll probably be one of the earlier things I will print out.
Never mind the huge thing we got from Zane, which, thank you, darling. Got a bunch of bits and stuff like that for us to toy with.
Bits are the best.
Crystal clear looking. You can get clear resin.
Yeah, you can.
Summer in California. Suck. Well, it's not really summer in California yet. How do I know? The state hasn't caught on fire yet. Zane, tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know you can get clear resin.
Nifty with it.
It's just I just paint it pure black, and then be done with it. Because the flip side is, to buy this standard GW flight stand is $11.
That's yikes.
For a single base.
I thought that Morton Iron Earth acted like Strickland or...
No, it acts like Modern Earth acts like Martian iron crust. It cracks up.
Sure shit doesn't look like it to me.
After it dries.
It is dry. Did I just not put enough on?
Yeah, you got to put it on thick.
Okay. I grew up in California, Meek, so yeah. It's kind of like here in Wisconsin. It's summertime when all of the construction cones are blooming.
That's spring. It's summer when the mosquitoes start carrying off the young.
We get so lucky. Oh, Lord. Mosquitoes, COVID. Yeesh.
Yeah.
That does not sound like a good thing.
Man, these things look weird. And because they're on slata bases, it is going to be hard to do the basing I wanted to do for them. What?
Minnie Mormont says, dudes, come on. Here we can actually bake cookies on our cars' dashboards in July. Bake an egg on concrete and steak. Yes, I know.
I saw a guy.
I had a friend many years ago, God rest her soul, who used to go to Tombstone, Arizona every year for summer. And she said, you know, it's really bad when you go to sit down on the toilet and your butt's getting a facial. Actually, hell is in Michigan, darling. It's in the Upper Peninsula. It's like, what, 8 hours from us?
I don't know. I know there's a Hell, Michigan. There's Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know there's a Desperation Nevada somewhere. I just don't know where. I'm from Fresno, but lived just outside Yosemite, where when the fires got bad, the trees exploded. Yeah, that's a true story too.
Trees exploding. That's another sign, yet another sign of why I will never live in California.
Ella's Quartzsite, Arizona.
I think that's another good reason why I'll never live in California. We've had this conversation.
Or the fact that it's got a volcano. 2 of them?
No,
3.
I'm fine with
3
volcanoes.
volcanoes. The smallest of the super volcanoes exists there.
I'm fine with volcanoes. At least when that goes, you're dead and nobody knows. No, it's the fact that on a regular basis the ground gets up, goes get off, and then gets back down. No.
I'm never gonna stop laughing about that story of him being in the '89 quake. Yes!
What?
Freak's gonna wear a bow tie.
Nice.
Woo, then I should probably dress to match, shouldn't I?
What are you, the guest host on this?
No. It'll be funny, because nobody will be able to see me.
Oh, Instagram.
Oh, so Quartz is where the hills have eyes around that area that takes place. Okay, now I understand, because I have no idea where Quartzsite, Arizona is.
Fort Irwin. That's the only part of Arizona I know.
Where the ground got up, did a little bit,
Well,
and sat back down.
It's Mojave. It's California, Arizona, Nevada, all in about a couple hundred square miles of yick.
Okay, so me, as you mentioned that you were in Oregon, I'm going to guess Mount St. Helens, Crater Lake, and Shasta.
Except Mount St. Helens is in Washington.
He said they're down the road. He never said that they were in.
If you're on I-5, everything's down the road. I mean, everything in the world is...
Crater Lake. If anybody ever gets a chance to travel up to the Oregon area, you have to make it a point to stop by Crater Lake. Crater Lake was a volcano that blew its top back in prehistoric times, and the entire cone collapsed inward. And then it filled up with water, and the water is this very minerally bright blue. And there's a little itty bitty mound right in the center that's the mouth currently. It is they classify it as an extinct volcano. Pretty sure it's not.
No, it's extinct. It is.
There's really no such thing as an extinct volcano.
Yeah, there is. It can be extinct when the point of thinness over the crust that is causing the vent moves on, then your volcano goes inactive, which is why the Hawaiian Islands are a set of bloop, bloop, bloops.
Those are actually a hot spot.
Yeah, it's a hot spot that the plate is passing over. On the other hand, I remember being in Fort Lewis where you're surrounded by 3 because you have Mount St.
I missed that one.
Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, and what do you call it? Mount Rainier, that's the Three Sisters.
Yeah.
And that was
I was right. I missed Mount Hood.
yeah, that's the thing.
I have to go free the dog from his impersonation.
St. Helens, Hood, and Rainier, the Three Sisters. What's crazy is that they have been noticing. They've been noticing lately that Helens is getting active again.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
And I do miss the Pacific Northwest. It was really beautiful. I only lived there for 2 years, and I really missed it. Knowing that you're in the shadow of 3 volcanoes that will kill everything in the area when they go off is, you just kind of go, but it's pretty.
Yeah, Durango, Colorado is gorgeous. Yeah, no,
I'm just hoping to be able to retire someday.
That'll cry most millennials.
No.
And you're not a millennial.
No.
We were having a discussion about this, about the different generations and whatnot, and what they're called earlier today, when apparently President Trump went on
Okay, no,
record.
we're not.
I just have to say this because we're not going to get into a political comment. I just have, because I need to say this so I can tell you the comment that one of my kids' teacher made in response. So, President Trump recently stated that because the COVID virus cannot stand up to disinfectant, people should inject it into their bodies. Plague Child's teacher,
My physics teacher.
the physics teacher, decided that they had to send an email and let the kids know.
Email. You posted it in
Stop
Google
it.
Classroom.
You're not telling the story. I am.
You're totally wrong.
I don't really care. You're not in this. Anyway, he basically sends the kids a message going, yeah, no. Okay, just don't do it. Don't drink it. Don't inject it. Just don't. I mean, yeah, they've proven that heat can kill the virus, but if you jump in a volcano, it's going to kill you still. So
don't set yourself on fire.
And my dear child was like, why would he feel the need to tell us that other than it's a joke? And I went, child, please remember exactly that. You're of the same generation. My response was Tide Pod.
The forbidden fruit.
I don't associate with my generation.
Doesn't change the fact.
Oh, Tide Pods, the ever forbidden fruit.
If you drink the bleach, it will kill the virus. Yes, and you too. I saw that and I'm like, he really, and there's a generation out there that would probably believe him. So when all the old people start dropping like flies because they did it, as I told my mother earlier, I'm not saying we should kill all the stupid people. I'm saying we should just take the warning labels off and let nature sort itself out. Thus, Zane proves my point. Drinking bleach still kill the virus and yourself as well. Hey, guess what? That's called taking off the warning labels.
It's called Darwinism in action.
You out of the gene pool.
All right. So let's talk about some hobby here. What are you doing?
Well, I just finished up this base for one of my Stormcasts. We'll go it up close. Actually, can you go it up close? I think people are tired of probably looking at my armpits. And yes, I rimmed it. Other way. There you go, sir. Still not very good with the whole fire effects.
You're getting there.
The natural selection.
It's getting there.
So, yep, and now she gets to go on it.
Oh, is that it? It's done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He didn't take them all. Actually, these are the ones that were left over. That's how I ended up with them.
She primed those.
No.
Yeah, actually, some of those I primed
That
for
one
you.
you primed. The only one, I do not have a single one in here that was one of mine that I primed. These were all the leftover ones that he didn't, well, she was a present.
And the other one was a box that we split.
Because you didn't need them.
No.
Basically, he took that which he didn't need for his army, for the roster, for the list that he built. He didn't need these guys, so.
No, I actually split that box because we bought that box for Kill Team or for Warcry, and you need half a box for Warcry. So I gave you half the box.
These guys weren't part of Warcry.
No, the crossbow dudes.
Yeah, I have 3 of them. Okay, you all talk away. Going across the room to the bench. Charge! Do it, Mormont. You got it.
All right.
By the way, for those of you who accused me of shaving my husband's, he got me back.
I forgot to trim his neck.
The cornates are not coming along yet. Unfortunately, I only have like 23 Night Hunt left to go, and then my cornates, there's only like 10 of them left to go. So that plus the board, and there's only 8 of these guys. So that's why I was kind of simply learning it.
She's jumping around to keep her interest up.
Because otherwise I'm going to lose my bloody mind. Of course, then again, I would like to point out I would have had to have had it in the first place. I think I lost it back in middle school.
Look at my head.
Look at my head, look at my head.
Look at your head.
Oh, beefier. For a second, Mark, I thought it said beer fur. And I'm like, what do you do beerier to? How do you, what? Oh, beefier. Okay, I got it. Oh, there's something on my eyelid. Sorry. So that's all I'm working.
Yeah, I'm kind of, like I said, I've been really busting on orcs for a bit. And I've got, it's not like I don't have other projects to work on. I needed some centering. And as I've said before to you guys, I find building to be extremely soothing.
He does. So
if I ever need to just kind of chill out a little bit, I'll turn around and build a couple figures. And then go back to
fun, Zane.
What's that?
Currently, he is He started his Imperial Guard. Let's see. He jumped from Shiny Ultras to Imperial Guard. Now he's doing some Cornate Space Marines. I think we all do that just so we don't get too stir crazy. I believe it's called, well, in my case, it's called butterflying because I'm literally jumping from this spot to this spot to this spot that's right behind me, which I'm about to turn my back on everybody and do that. Sorry. I'll take my phone around with me or not because I've only got 20%. Hobby Butterfly! That's me! That's what I should have. I need to make a butterfly that's like carrying a paintbrush.
No, exacto. So I can shank somebody.
Because nobody suspects the butterfly.
Do you know butterflies
I
can drink blood?
Heard that. Yes, he does. Mm-hmm. Brother Thomas, butterfly's something bad. Yes, he does. Keeps talking about all these things that he's got. Paint one!
Ooh.
Hell child.
Oh, yeah, well.
He's constantly sending me his kit batch stuff. And I'm like, okay, now paint
prime some shit, dude.
I'm building him this gigantic, beautiful picture. I'm surprised how long I've been sticking with working on my what in the world is that?
Nom nom nom.
Is that something that sits on the ground?
Yeah. This goes on the base. Nom nom nom.
Well, they are officially not as nasty as his like.
What?
How many points of Imperial Guard are you up to now anyway, Commodore?
Imperial Guard.
Or whatever your Marines were.
Imperial Fist.
Yeah, that one. Sorry. Dorn's boys.
How many fists do you have?
Probably not the best phrase to use.
Dorn's boys, primed for fisting.
They're in the wrong unit for that one then. That's the Ultras. especially when Kato Sicarius decides to open his mouth. All right, so first one is done. Look at her; she's so gorgeous, ready to protect her temple.
Very nice.
Yeah, once that's all done back there, he's gonna help me build a temple dais that's supposed to wow.
That's why these notes are so terrible. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He just noticed the print date. It's 2004.
2004. Wow, no wonder these are so crappy.
So after this is done, we're going to be pulling out some of his old bricks and stuff like that. 2,000 points, not bad.
See, actually up to 2,000 points of fists? Really?
No, guard.
Really, Commodore? When did you when did you get guard? You mean, you were talking about it, but I didn't know you actually had
I
them.
told you they were painted with red armor.
With what?
He painted his in red armor. It was hilarious. Because, red means go faster, right? Well, they die a hell of a lot faster. And it's also that color, so when the next sucker gets the armor, they can't notice the blood stains.
Huh.
Whereas my guard are wearing barely any clothing. All right, so that was done.
Space buttholes.
They really do look like a triple, and a couple of twins. It's kind of nasty. They're part of the bog of eternal stench.
There's a fetish for that.
I'm well aware of that. Thank you for pointing that out.
They're way too light, though.
So put something inside them to weigh them down.
All my hopes and dreams.
70 Marines. Wow, man. But yes, Mark has a point. Are they painted completely? Because I'm pretty sure I've got some pretty... One of these days, he wants me to do my count of shame that Midwinter Minis did when he pulled out all of his unpainted, unopened.
Who wants you to do that?
No, you.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the new models? For who?
For who?
That needs to be narrowed down a little.
Yeah, the new models for what?
Oh, they're in a mixture of different states, so they're not actually quite
because
playable.
If they're not done, they're not playable.
Did you miss a spot, or is that just a piece of hair?
That's just a piece of hair.
Okay.
That's just your head.
It's still tender. Leave me alone. Stop it.
How is your head tender?
I'm not used to it being this short. You will wake up with half your head shaved.
I've done it before.
Yes, but it'd be the wrong half. She'll start at your temples and work back to the midway point. You'll be shaved from the ears forward.
Mark says, I've got a guard. So you're talking about that Ketchikan model that came out.
Yeah, the Ketchikan model?
Dude, that is so cool. I don't play that style Imperial Guard, but I think he looks really cool, and I like that they finally gave a little bit of love to the Guard because they were all kind of looking like, steroid stunted survival.
I mean, there's the thing. I like the fact that they're creating a model that is going to be specific to...
Ketchikan?
No. that I like it more for it's going to be specifically to independent retailers. I think that's a great thing for them to do as a company. Um,
Or do you want one of your letter back?
I don't know about
Okay, I'll be right back.
You can get yourself a piece, but I don't care.
Be right back.
I like the idea. I love the look of the figure. Um, I'll probably get him at some point. Yeah, they needed love. I'll probably get him at some point if I can. I don't run Catchkins though. I run. I was talking about this yesterday. I run right now. My list, the list I'm working from is Cadian. Although there is a part of me that is really, really thinking about going Talarn just for the mobility of it. So make my infantry all Talarn, and then make my tanks all Cadian.
I think I should do the center of this thing first. Get that done.
The thing is, I don't have any veterans in my army. That's the thing. It's a crap load of tanks, a bunch of infantry, some hellhounds. That's about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Mark. I wish they would just do a complete set and just here we updated this guy.
Luckily, just like the orcs, there's a lot of alternative models out there.
James loves the Death Corps.
I know some people really like the Death Corps of Krieg. Commodore's one of them. He's a big fan of Death Corps Krieg. I'm not a fan of the Kriegers. I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not even really a fan of their look. I mean, if I were to go, be honest,
Aren't they the ones who look like the
World War One Germans, you know, the gas masks and all that. To be honest, if you go by strictly by look, I like the ones that look like the old Russian soldiers. I think that's the Vostroyans. The ones that have the big fur hats and all that. But as far as just straight playability, I'm a Cadian guy. I like Cadians. I like their simplicity of their play, to be honest. And I don't know. I don't know. They're just basic army dudes. That's what I kind of like the Guard to be. On the other hand, since Faith and Fury, since Greater Good came out, and the Tempestus Scions got a major rework for 8th edition. I actually really like the Tempestus Scions. I'm
when I'm done with all this and everything, I'm going to do a couple of small groups, and my Tempestus Scions are one of them.
Yeah, I'm actually a little high on the Tempestus Scions at this point. I think with some of the modifications that they got in Greater Good, I think they're pretty cool now. I'm not always all about the rules, honestly. I mean, a lot of times I like armies the way they look. If you go strictly by look, Tempested Signs are probably my favorite guys, but as far as the guard go, but until Greater Good came out, their rules were really super like disappointing. At least to be honest, for my play style. And that's a big thing to remember. And that's one of the things I love about 40K. That's one of the things I love about 40K is that you really can tailor to your own play style. And I kind of want to play either really fast, like rapid deployment and attack.
Oh, so you want to play? Look, you got private bar with those like.
So if you want to play ultra rapid fast deployment, then you're looking for something good.
No,
Remember, super ultra rapid deployment.
Yeah, I'm just never been a fan of the White Scars. Part of it's also the look for me. And
No offense.
no offense, Mythos, because I think you do a great job painting them, and I think they, as a unit, are pretty cool. But
boy, does he hate having to paint white.
No, I don't hate painting white. I don't. It's not my jam.
I tend to play the rule of cool too.
Yeah. That's the thing, which is why I like my wolves. I like my Death Guard, even though they quote unquote suck. I love Death Guard. Probably visually the best looking army in the game to me.
That's right.
Yeah. They're just filth. I love them.
Well, yeah, that's right. Like that.
I love the Tyranids for that reason. And the Orcs, I can't even explain. The Orcs are
the Orcs. Just leave it at that.
Let's bolt a bunch of crap together and kill people with it.
You can ever actually paint that thing? Then I got busy with homework. Now I got distracted by half things. So you can still paint it. Oh yeah. Oh, how many else? Oh, for heaven's sakes. You also have a canvas. Then I have a board, Plague Child, ladies and gentlemen. They want to play with the airbrush.
They want to play with the airbrush, which I'm totally fine with.
We just don't do it on the air, even though.
No, I'm
Even though, according to Phoenix, apparently, Commodore's cat growls louder than our machine.
It does. But the thing is, it's right next to the mic.
Yeah. And I don't feel like
I know, we're live. We're having a conversation with people.
Yes, it's just a conversation. Remember what those are, right? But the question is, do you have
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
These are really cool. I mean, once you get them cleaned up, these are actually.
That's never going to happen to us. I don't think anytime soon.
Once you get these guys cleaned up, they're a pretty cool looking model.
There's canvas in my room. Go ahead and help yourself to another one. Just not one of the big ones.
No, I don't need a big one.
Plague Child, on a slightly different note, but this is a crafting topic, decided to paint their father a birthday present. It's a little late because they were.
You want me to bring it in here?
Yes. I want to show up your talent for canvas painting. Plague Child is very proud of how this picture turned out.
I dig it.
Okay. Take your Jackson Pollock.
That's the thing. I'm a huge fan. I'm not a big fan of abstract, except for Jackson Pollock. I love that style of abstract.
The color play and whatnot.
And this is it's a pretty good painting. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very cool.
Set another photo because I have got black crap on my fingers.
Okay.
Actually, I just have black spots, but still close enough.
Commodore says stop and go play Jade Empire. I've started it, but I'm not in the video. I'm not in the video game mood.
This is a beautiful thing. My child is not addicted to video games.
When I get into something, I get focused on it. So.
Man, he's got some tremendous mold lines. I think I got a mold line clear, then I turn it and see it at another angle, and holy crap, there's a huge mold line there. This mold is from 2004. The Tyranids. No, the Tyranids are older. That's true. I just realized they are older than that. They've been around pretty much as long. I'm trying to think. I know the Tau were new in like 2000 era. And there was another. That was a Necrons that came out at that same time, or near that same time.
Sorry. I'm watching too much crap.
No such thing.
Well, so unfortunately, because every single time I hear it, I think Necrons. And then I think of Midwinter Minis and Penny and how he's always ready playing for competitions.
They're dead. I'm going to bed. I'm not playing this last round. They win. Man, that is a huge mold slip there. Jeez. Just
really
skewer his arm.
Pretty
All right.
I have had a lot of sugar in a very short amount of time. It's called soda and syrup.
All right, we're almost done with the first four and their first set of arms. All right. And since we're coming up on the 1 hour mark, we're going to do a quick shout out because we are 1 hour into our live stream. And I want to give a shout out to all my lovely Patreon members. We have Commodore Zane. We have
Commodore Zane. Inquisitor Zane.
Wow, I just shipped the two of you. It's awesome. Inquisitor Zane. We have Mini Warmut. We have Joe Bookish. We have Heinrich Botha. We have the Commodore. And we have our brand new, Winnie Mormont didn't even get to be the newest guy for very long because we have our brand new Patreon member, James Meeks. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate all of you so very much. It's guys like you that help me buy supplies, plan projects, and do things for this channel. Please remember to. He's like, you take that back.
Should we say Commodore Phoenix?
Yeah. So that being said, if you're finding this entertaining, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not already familiar, go ahead and follow us out on Instagram. I am GameCraft Dragon, Lady Dragon 28, and the Plague Child. We all have Instagrams for our models and whatnot out there. As you also know, that I have a Facebook page. I'm on a number of different groups. We try to hang out as much as we can. We have merch. On Teespring. On Teespring, we have merch. So that being said, all the advertisements over. And back to our scheduled program. So trying to spur a little discussion here.
More than our discussion about the different.
Yeah. If there's a faction that if monetary costs and everything else aside, if there's a faction that you could just that you don't already have that you're not already in, that you could just dive in, just kind of go hog wild and dive in, what faction would you jump into?
That I don't already own.
That you don't already have a working force in, yes.
I have a working force in any of my troops?
Yes, you have plenty of models, you just don't have them built.
Okay, so you said working force.
Shut up.
I already know mine. What's yours? Harlequins. I would say it would be a toss-up between either the Custodians, Salamanders, the Ioneth Deepkin, or the Gloomgits. Kind of whatever I felt like at the time. Maybe Salamanders. Adventure! I've just been ever since I saw them, I'm like, oh, these are really cool looking.
Harlequins, huh? All right, Harlequins.
Fast little buggers.
So the butterflies, because again, you can't just pick one.
Okay. So
Probably the Gloomspire.
kind of have tempted to go after the Thousand Suns, actually.
Thousand Suns, yeah, it's true.
Because that was next up on my list of hedonism.
Commodore's Death Corks of Krieg, yeah. Cinedave's Tau.
What about you, love?
I have a couple of them built and primed, but I don't actually have an actual force of them yet. I'd really be tossed up between going Chaos and getting that Chaos armor that I've really, really kind of dug around, or I do them as Red Corsairs. Probably, I might do them as Emperor's Children, but they'd be Chaos Marines of some sort. Or if you talk Age of Sigmar, the Ogor Maw tribes. The Maw tribes are just so cool. I really dig the Maw tribes. But yeah, I mean, Chaos, Maw tribes, Krieg with all the heavy supports. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I knew that I already liked the Imperial Guard.
People in Age of Sigmar? Like the Serpentine people in Age of Sigmar?
Daughters of Cain.
Yeah.
That's only a single unit of them, though.
I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's only a single unit of them.
They're basically the order side of the Drukari. They're a bunch of psycho friggin' murderers that follow. I think they're just really like figures that really drawn in. Well, yeah.
They're just really violent elves.
They're really violent elves. They look really cool, though.
Yeah.
Apparently, I did not realize they have nails.
Yeah.
They've got a guillotine word that's coming out.
Warcry.
Warcry, sorry. I want to go same difference, but kind of not. They do run slightly separate. Falling damage. Oh wait.
The steampunk dwarves. Yeah. I'll tell you, those dwarves. If I was not already hip deep in a order army, I'd want to go with them. I don't know. That's one of those ones.
Maybe once we win the lotto.
Yeah.
If you're done with the other ones, we can go back and.
Well, that's the whole thing. Once I hit the lotto, I mean, that's going to be, what army am I building 2,000 points in? Because, I mean, in a perfect world, there aren't many armies I wouldn't want to at least have a functional force in. I'd like to have a kill team / Warcry size unit of virtually every army just to play with. I'd like to get my hands on a paladin for my Imperial Knights. I'd really like to.
And that would be a Kender, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Kender.
Okay. Not Tuesday.
No,
we're doing an epic.
Kender's all like, y'all are online again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that thing's turning out beautiful.
But
What? Which two army am I building next when I win the lotto? Yeah. Well, here's the problem. Hell, child, you could probably build wolves because you still don't have any painted.
hello, my brother. I did not realize you were here. And that is because I have my back to the screen.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, if money's not an issue, gosh, I can't even talk because, I mean, my wolves would rapidly go from what they are to a much more ridiculous sized force, because there's a lot of wolf pieces. Mythos and I have had this conversation. There's a lot of wolf pieces that I want really badly. I want to get. I need 3 squads of wolfen. I just need them.
I know the reason that he wants them.
I need them for my army. And if I'm going to get 3 of those, I need to get 3 of those flying gunships and the Space Wolf specific gunships. I need 3 of those. I want another executioner. I'd like to get a couple transports. I'd like to get a couple rhinos. I mean, I want to be able to lay down, enough wolves that I could kill a man with. What's going on?
My hand.
Wackadoo.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's the entire center and these and the one up there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do these in a way that I'm not going to completely drive myself insane.
Too late.
I keep saying that, but I'm already crazy.
And yes, my brother, I know how much you love building. Still need to paint some of them.
Oh, dude, I get the love of building, man. I mean, like I said, the whole reason we were doing this tonight is that I needed a break from painting.
I gotta go wash my hand, guys. I'll be right back.
So I just wanted to build some Tyranid that I had models for. Because mainly I wanted a break from orcs. I still have a bunch of orcs to paint, and I promised I would not build that last 2 boxes of orcs until I have most of what I have in the orcs done. But they're getting there. I mean, I've knocked out a lot of orcs in the last 2 days. I'm hoping you guys saw that I got that Death Killer War Trike all done, and I finish up the 10 of the newer model, the current model for boys. Which, I'll be honest, I don't know if I like them more or less than I like the old ones. The old Goth style Orc Raiders, the chunky, I really kind of like those models. They've got a lot of character to them. They're far more of a pain in the butt to paint, though, to a nice standard than the current Orc boys. The current Orc boys are actually a bit easier to paint.
Cool.
Oh, well, congrats, Hotel. That's wonderful. Happy birthday.
I was wondering how your birthday went, man. Okay, here we go. That I have to stay for a bit.
What's that?
Man, I can't wait to see that thing covered. Keep me popcorn in my mouth full.
That's very cool.
Thought I come around, we have like a winter sky.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Sets it down and the arm falls off. All right. Next person up. On all of this.
You know, Gene Steelers are pretty cool looking, though.
They look really confused to me. Arms up, arm down, foot up, foot down. What am I supposed to be doing here?
I'm running forward like this. Just saying.
Seems like a lot of wisdom.
That's why they have to eat people so much. And put them out their space buttholes.
Pretty sure that's not actually their own hole.
Space buttholes. Well, actually, they come bursting out of those, so they're more like.
Stop there. So you could hint them like little mini cell babies. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing. I want to do them. The problem was I wanted to do them in a speckled pattern, but these guys' carapace doesn't look like. I mean, again, they don't have the same kind of carapace that a Tyranid warrior has. So I don't know how well I can do that speckle effect on these. Because it's supposed to transition off the shell. So that's part of the reason I'm glad I'm not really hyped to paint these right away, because I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I have a really cool scheme in mind. I was going to do bluish and grayish dots, doing that coconut crab theme.
You can still do it. It just.
You have to watch the tutorial to understand what I'm meaning here, because there's.
I know what you're talking about. He really thinks I don't pay attention. I think he's someone who doesn't pay attention.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Case in point.
Man, I'm going to have enough stuff scraped off from these molds.
Build another one.
I could probably pile it all together and put it into a fresh mold and do an extra gene stealer out of it.
Okay, let me see here. Now what? What am I working on? Where's your shell? There's your shell.
Oh, let's catch up with the chat here. You guys are quiet tonight. That's all right. We're kind of quiet too. We're just kind of.
Friggin' Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. People should be getting up and partying.
Wednesday?
It's hump day.
Oh my God. No, it's what today is actually.
It's hump day. We're halfway through the work week.
Wait, who's this week? Work week? You're assuming someone else actually worked this week? I had homework, but not going there.
You're all a bunch of degenerates.
Before we did this, we were watching the warp hijinks from If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech Device. And because we just randomly will quote it at each other.
Do they steal genes? You're gonna die.
And you, dark angel. Just stop
breathing. I can smell the ammonia from here.
What did you just Alan say to me? Yeah, we watched that too much.
What's this we, Kimosabe?
Too much. You indulge me and allow me to watch it. Therefore, you are included in that statement.
Yes, I indulge you. Because most of the time, you're a good girl.
And there are times I'm not.
Freaking sassy as hell.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, I like her. She's sassy. Meep.
What's so funny is that's a male character in the actual series. If anybody has ever watched Hellsing Abridged,
Oh, I like her. She's sassy.
Father Anderson context.
I love the context.
Why don't you stick it in me? I might like it this time.
We really are a pair of nerds.
Yeah. What do you think all these people are? The 7 who are watching us. You are part of the Tide Pod generation.
You're not even a person yet. You're still working on it. You're still You're not a person yet. You still got.
I'm a person, but I'm not an adult.
No.
Trust us, you haven't quite hit person yet. You'll hit it at 21.
No, you hit person at 18.
Oh, is that when you say get out?
No, it's when you're suddenly liable for everything that you've done. What?
What do you mean I'm liable? What do you mean my parents can't take responsibility? What do you mean I'm going to jail?
Hello, nurse.
Lawyers? Oh, is that what you guys are? Well, if that's the case, I better start giving you a show. Where's my bow tie?
No.
I have a tie. Technically, it's your tie. But...
You people encourage this.
You ever had one of those moments where you're like, what the am I doing?
Yeah, like this guy.
No, he knows what he's doing.
I'm coming to eat your face.
No, they're conga lining to the song Cuban Pete. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, they go chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom, chick.
So there you go. Hang on. 4 gene stealers. Da, 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 da. And they're cosmic buttholes.
Can't really see.
That's awesome. So, let's see. That took an hour and 15 minutes to build 4 of them.
And half of them are on him.
Oh. It's a good night for working on stuff.
Zoidberg running. No, Zoidberg puts his hands up like this and he shuffles to the side. And half the time he's doing the whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, this is for that armor plating if I want to make them all armory. It gets rid of their ability to charge and advance and charge, though.
So.
No. Since I don't have guns, no, we come a shooting.
You don't shoot. You can't shoot.
We come a biting. I wonder, though, if I want to build at least 1 or 2 of these guys with the big scything claws. But I don't know. The scything claws suck. They just suck.
I don't know anything about Gene Stealer Tyranids or the Tyranid Gene Stealers. So I wouldn't know.
Do they steal genes?
Yes. Good Lord King.
That was a little disturbing.
Yeah, we saw that, and I was like, "Hold up, what?"
Now that she knows what a broodlord is, she was like, now the joke suddenly made a little sense. And that made it worse.
Well, it took me, and I am ashamed to say this, took me a few minutes to get the Red Rage comment too. I wasn't the only one.
Like ice cream. I got it the first time I heard it. Like ice cream sandwiches.
I just like the fact that that poor man was like, "Oh, I just got what I'm saying. Oh, you guys," and everybody's snickering at him. He's just like, "You're, you know that y'all got issues." Okay, here we go. A little bit of this for skin.
LOL.
So, what else is everybody up to tonight?
Oh, are you take off the glass?
Except for you, Mini Warmutt, we know what you're doing. You're at the bench right now.
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? What are we your evening entertainment
Interrupting.
Interrupting? What are you doing? What are you doing while you're listening to us?
Wait, hold on. What are you doing? And keep it PG.
Zane, I don't want to know what you're doing.
I deny one to.
What? What are you doing? What are you actually working on, Warmutt?
No.
He's turning on and he's talking to us.
I know you're at the bench. What are you working on?
What
today?
are you building? Oh, he's down the hallway. What are you doing?
Besides being down the hallway, man.
He's eating lasagna, I think.
Oh, you ass.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds so yummy. Yeah, I think those are some pretty good apps. What about you?
Yes. Cinna Dave's being a bum.
Just relaxing? Not a bad thing to me.
No.
Phoenix says, "Hi, family."
Hello, Phoenix.
You missed your uncle shipping somebody he shouldn't have been shipping.
What?
It was an accident.
And after I shipped him, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, he did not.
I'm sure Zane did, though.
I'm sure Zane wasn't paying attention, otherwise we would have heard something. Something along the lines of "woohoo!" Yeah, no, Zane didn't say anything.
He was definitely not paying attention.
Yeah, we already established that. Okay.
Oh, what are you doing tonight?
Building my damn
he's
barge.
building his barge.
I'm traversing some Rhodesian army
Reenactment stuff.
Like from Island of Rhodos? Or
No,
Rhodes?
Rhodesian.
Rhodesian. What's Rhodesian? Now I'm typing my response. I'm going to go back to the bench and finish my
172nd Focke-Wulf. 190 with a British Hawker Tempest, in between Space Marines. Oh.
Oh, we got a freeze for there for a second. I think it's the thing in the front. I'm not liking that.
What, the scales?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I'm missing something with them. I don't know. Let me ask you guys. If I can get in there. I'm going to show what I'm working on up close, or more accurately, he is. What do you think is missing? I'm deliberately keeping her in black and white with just some red highlight scales in there.
Oh, I can tell you. That cloth she's on, either the cloth or the scales, put some red highlighting in there. Just a little bit. Like use some red wash.
No more questions. You're fine.
Standard bearer painting. Gotcha. Just throw some red wash on the scales.
Okay. It's like they're driving me crazy.
It's just not color for you.
Why is that up there? It really isn't. I do not do well with just.
It's called Zimbabwe now. Rhodesia is not called Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing like Boer Wars era. Are you doing this for reenactment, or are you doing this for historical miniatures?
Or just because it's really cool and you're enjoying watching it.
Well, you said reenactment.
And? Also, The Last Kingdom on Netflix is the best series ever. I still have to finish watching The Witcher and the last season of Lucifer and The Mandalorian.
I really didn't catch up on.
I got around to it. What else am I missing?
Castlevania?
Westworld, Castlevania.
I can pass on Westworld.
Why? Westworld's awesome.
Not my cup of tea.
How do you know?
I know the premise of the movie, and it is.
It has nothing to do with the movie.
It's a TV show, and there's some stuff in it that's a bit for me.
Okay.
Oh, that is really cool. African Bush War.
Yeah, like I said, the Boer Wars.
That's really cool. Really?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's so cool, actually. I know that some demons show up in the final season, and I'm very familiar with everything that happens. I've just not watched the whole thing all the way through because, frankly, Eve annoyed me. Just finding out about Eve irritated the out of me. I'm gonna go get some alcohol. I'll be right back.
What? Fine. Go.
Do you not want me to have any?
You do what you want.
It almost sounds like a no.
Whatever. Do what you want. If you want alcohol, go ahead. If you want to, go ahead.
No, you got that tone.
No. If you want to, go ahead.
I know that they have it. Actually, there is rumors stating that there will be more seasons, but it depends on how this upcoming 5th season goes. I'm just a little concerned about some of the things that were in the preview, which, kind of make me a little worried.
And the problem is COVID's putting everything.
Yeah, they said it was supposed to come out this month, but they had to push it back because they weren't done filming.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. We did get them up off the
Trying to get them back on a normal schedule.
Woke the teenager up at 12.
How dare you?
I mean, how dare you? Okay, this is going to sound like a very ignorant question, but...
South Africa. It's the language of South Africa.
Okay, so it is the official language of South Africa.
Yes. It's a Dutch derivative language.
Okay, I was just really curious about that. So, unfortunately, I came from a generation of people where their idea of teaching us went, here's a sheet, fill out what's on the, fill in the answers from the book. Congratulations, you passed. There's 11 official languages actually in South Africa, according to Heinrich.
You know what? Heinrich's in South Africa. I'm gonna accept that answer.
See, it's really cool getting to talk to people from around the world because, yeah.
I mean, the only thing
I'm an ignorant American, and I don't want to be one.
I know very little about South Africa, to be honest. And most of what I know comes from film and music. I love Chappie. It was a great film. What do you call it? It's in South Africa. It's a great movie.
The one with the robot that thought it was like a child.
Yeah, not child, just as a person. Yeah, it's Chappie was a great film, and it was there's a band, and now I can't think of the name of them, but they're really freaky scary. That's part of a musical movement from South Africa. That and the bad guys out of Lethal Weapon 2 are from South Africa, and that compiles almost the entirety of what I know about South Africa.
I know that Charlize Theron is from it.
Yes, that's true. I did know them too.
So, and I know some other things that are not so happy.
Yeah, I mean there's some political stuff I know, but I know they got issues, and I know that Heinrich we've talked a bit about some of the situations out there.
Yeah. I like to learn more as I can because, like I had said before, when I was in high school, I was in the, oh, by the way, here's your U.S. history. Oh, by the way, your teacher had a mental breakdown 3 months into the school year, so you're going to have substitutes that are going to have a revolving door on you throughout the rest of the year. And big sharks. Is that where Deep Blue, the video of Deep Blue was taken?
What?
Deep Blue is the largest great white shark ever caught at 28.5 feet long. She hasn't been caught. It is a female. She's huge, and they tagged her.
I have no idea, but I know Diantward. Yes.
What's Diantward?
It's a band. It's the band I was talking about earlier. They are really cool. They are basically a cyberpunk band.
Here, let me. That chick is cray cray.
Yes, she is.
Did you literally get up from your bench to come over just to call the lady cray cray?
She's that nuts.
Oh wow. Hold on, I gotta show him Deep Blue real quick. That's what they call her because of how big she is. So.
Yeah, the chick from Diantward is bug nuts.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I knew that about orcas. They eat sharks, but only for their livers.
Doctor Who's story that was recorded completely in lockdown has been released on Big Finish, and the Doctor it's around up north.
Excellent.
Okay. Now that I've looked at all that.
See, I just know that diplomatic immunity just been revoked.
Holy shit, somebody got out of the cage with her. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it back. She's 7 meters long.
Yeah.
She's big ass. She's a 20-foot long great white shark. Has been seen with 2 other females off of Oahu last year. Cool. So let me. Here you go. Here's a.
Yeah.
That's a person. That's her.
Yeah. Big ass shark.
She's gigantic. And from what everybody has said, she's actually fairly docile. As long as she's not hungry. Yes, I did hear about that because it was a big thing about what the heck was eating the shark's livers.
Cookie Thumper. Yeah, Cookie Thumper's a great tune. Cookie Thumper.
What's that?
It's a YouTube video.
Oh.
By Diantward. It's a South African band. You should expand your culture.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this.
It's a nature show. I must look at it.
No, I'm looking at the giant shark because I find sharks absolutely fascinating. They're terrifying to me, but they're so cool.
Definition of an apex predator. And yet, they still have things that hunt them, which is hilarious. Orcas are the only true apex predator in the ocean.
Because orcas go, you know what? Fuck you. I eat you too.
I'll eat your liver.
Whoa, there was a bigger one? 37 foot.
That would be almost 8 meters. So yeah. No, 7 meters is only 21. Yeah, that'd be bigger. A lot bigger.
Yeah, apparently one was. Oh, the largest that has ever been recorded of a great white shark was 37 feet long, and people thought it was potentially a megalodon, but testing determined it was just a great white.
So what's all the hubbub about this tiger dude? I've been hearing that there was some type of special or documentary, and the internet's all screaming about it. And I haven't watched the documentary. What is the deal with this freaking tiger dude that everybody's all freaking out about? Yeah, there's some tiger handler dude that everybody's freaking out about. He's the guy that breeds ligers.
The Tiger King. He's known as the Tiger King.
Yeah, there was recently some type of special or some type of show on him, and it did not paint him in a good light, and the internet's been screaming about it for like the last 3 days. At least last week.
See something about the life of a gay redneck tiger breeder who practiced poly. He had multiple partners, and apparently inbred his tigers so freaking bad that they were born with deformities.
Nice. So he's the reason the tigers are down.
And apparently he, yeah. Yeah, so that's what it's all about, the Tiger King.
So it's like, oh, it was on Netflix. Couldn't watch it. All right. Dude, check out that hair.
And apparently tried to kill people. Also, apparently was a part-time porn star.
Well, all right. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what?
He attempted to kill an animal rights activist.
Oh.
2 counts of murder for hire, 8 counts of falsifying wildlife documents, 9 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act. Is currently in jail.
Oh. Okay, so that explains.
And he's from Oklahoma.
And that explains all the hubbub about him. Okay. Everyone's like, oh, trash. Wow. Okay, awesome.
A mulleted gun-toting
polyamorous
and country western singer who resides over an Oklahoma roadside zoo, charismatic but misjudged. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Thanks for making me Google that one, guys. Jeez.
I'm gonna make you do it.
Yep. I watched it like it was like watching a car crash. I couldn't look away. Yeah, we never said she was a good thing. Yeah. So, in other news, I have found this thing that I thought was amusing and I wanted to read. It's a Star Trek thing, but there are times that I think it very much applies to Warcraft and so many other things.
Warhammer.
Warhammer, Warcraft, so many other things. I mean, it just go across the sci-fi fantasy board. So this is a conversation between Klingons and the Vulcan Science Academy. Okay, we don't get it. Get what? You Vulcans are a bunch of stuffy prissies, but you're also tougher, stronger, and smarter than humans in every single way. So why do you let them run your Federation? Look, this is a species where if you give them 2 warp cores, they don't experiment on one and save the other for when the first one blows up. No, this is a species where if you give them 2 warp cores, they will ask for a third one, immediately plug all 3 into each other, punch a hole into an alternate universe where humans subscribe to an even more destructive ideology system, fight everyone in it because that offends them, steal their warp cores, plug those together, punch their way back, and then try to turn a nearby sun into a Taurus because that's what their initial scientific experiment was for, and they didn't want to waste the trip. They did that last week. We have the write-up right here. It's getting published in about 600 scientific journals across 200 different disciplines because of how many established theories the ridiculous little expedition just called into question. Also, they did turn that sun into a Taurus, and no one exactly knows how. This is why we let them do whatever the hell they want. Klingon's response: can we join your Federation? Now, for those of you who play Warcraft, tell me that's not the Alliance. Why do you let those humans tell you what to do? Aren't you better in every single way? All right. Let me sum it up for you.
Tentacle face.
When did Cthulhu crossbreed into them?
Tentacle face.
Oh, that's a Cthulhu, sir.
No.
Serena's husband. Okay, is that better? I think I used one.
Oh, it's fine.
Should I trade dry brushing it or something?
No, it looks great. It looks good.
Because she's literally almost done, actually.
And she's very subtle.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Warmutt. I loved Warcraft. I really did. I still do.
Both did.
But it's one of those.
It's a time sink.
And I've got a lot of stuff that I need to deal with, like my
everything.
Yeah. I still want to keep these and use these as like.
Yeah, then do it.
I will never put anything like this on my board. You're the one who has the creepy thingies.
You like this guy?
I'm still not entirely sure what
Nom nom nom. Goes on a cynic base.
Have you ever seen something where you look at it and you're very much questioning what the hell is that? How the hell is that?
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Can you? Yeah, Warcraft is a love-hate thing.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a time sink. And let me give you an idea here how much I hate time sinks. There is not enough time in the world. I got something I have been dying for months to put my hands on. I've been dying for this thing. When I'm not on channel, we've been talking about it pretty much constantly for the last like 4 months, 5 months.
What?
I got it in my hands a week and a half ago. I still haven't even touched it. I still haven't even opened the box yet to look at it.
You know, we could.
And it makes me insane.
Well, why don't we do that right now?
I have a 3D printer, and I haven't been able to touch it yet.
So get up, go get it.
I can't. You know why I can't? Look at the table. It's a mess. When you're done with your board, then I can clear some space and put it on there.
I'm sorry. And just to let you know, yes, we have toyed. There's this part of me that kind of wants to set like a Wednesday. Dude, stop talking and get going.
They steal jeans.
But you know, there's a part of me that would like to go back just to kind of check out the new expansion and figure out what the hell is going on with Salonis.
That's what YouTube's for.
And then, no, it's there. It's not quite the same as, you know, being the one who's in there, you know, tracking her crazy ass down for all of her crimes, attempting to make her pay for all the lives that she stole, and trying to become the new Lich King, breaking reality. You know, let's not forget that part. Finally being the one to do in Bolvar. You know, I mean, there's a certain thing that you want to go and you want to experience and you want to murder people for, like Solonis. But at the same time, you know that when you get to the end game, it's going to be grind. Oh, you want to fly? Haha, silly you! You got to grind for it, bitch.
You want to fly?
You got to work, bitch.
You
You want that badass armor?
gotta work, bitch.
I wish I was making this up. This is an actual song by Britney Spears called "You Gotta Work."
Just called work.
Or it's called Work. Where the entire time she's sitting there talking about, you want to look like me? You gotta work, bitch. You want $1 million? You want a Maserati? You gotta work. You gotta do something. You can't just expect it to be handed to you. And, you know, it's not a half bad philosophy, really. If it were coming out of anybody else other than Britney Spears.
Why? She had to work for everything she got.
Yeah, and then she damn near lost everything when she lost her friggin' mind.
And then she got it back because she worked herself together again. You know what?
Unlike Lindsay Lohan, who isn't just, she's just not listening to anybody.
She's a mess.
Poor kid.
It's a shame because that Herbie movie she did was great.
It's almost like she doesn't want to, she doesn't know how, she's worried of being put back in the box. Do you want to go in the box?
I'm getting her a box.
I don't have a box. Oh, I should talk about that. All right, so that's those guys. I just need them to dry a little bit, and then I can put their gray on, and then I can glue their asses down. And that's another section of this done.
Yeah.
I shouldn't mention. Should I?
Nope. Yeah.
You boys and your fetishes. I can't really say anything.
Redheads in schoolgirl outfits.
He apparently likes my gray, so he won't dye my hair again.
Well, I like the streak. I think it looks cute.
Pink rag. Why are you saying you're sorry that turns tears because you're laughing so hard, Warmutt? That just got my jeans.
Are you wearing your good jeans?
I only own good jeans now. I don't own any dirty jeans or ripped up old jeans anymore. Remember, I had 2 pairs of jeans.
Then why are you wearing your jeans? You're working with Mod Podge.
That was water. And I was painting with acrylic. Okay, you need to get stuff done. Well, here's a fun thought for everybody.
Lindsay Lohan in a schoolgirl dress.
Wife looking over shoulder. I'm sorry, Warmet. I hope we don't get you in trouble, honey. So what about anybody else? What else is people doing? We got 6 watchers, 5 likes. What is going on out there in internet lands as we approach the 2-hour mark? What time is it? It's only, is that 8?
8:35.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing my dad glasses, so I'm like, the other ones are still upstairs. Which we'll talk about that later. Blah, 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 blah. Those need to dry just a little bit more. This can come up here so we get this in airflow. All right. So yeah. Hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's program. For tonight's program and entertainment, we will be singing the internet sport porn.
No. Actually, as we come up on our 2-hour mark, I think we can kind of call it here. People
You don't want to go ahead and just try and go to 9 and just call it then?
Yeah, we could do that, I guess. All right, so we'll keep this live show going until 9. That's fine.
It's normally about the time we check out anyway. Unless it was last night when we checked out and, you know.
That's only about the time you go to bed, old lady.
Yeah. It is not my fault that my body has been conditioned and I really like sleep. I am not going to lie even a little bit. I like sleep. Sleep is a wonderful escape from reality where I have really cool dreams that end up becoming the basis of stories and pictures that I draw. Calls me the same thing. Oh, lady. Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's younger than us, isn't he, Phoenix?
Well, I mean, Commodore's a baby.
Compared to us. Compared to you. So would that make him your baby brother from another mother? Well, I thought he doesn't answer me.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
All right.
No.
Okay, here we go. This is what I need. A little bit of this to go on some armor. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Man.
He just called you his owl. So basically, he is to you what you are to Al. That's cute. But I still point out that's Phoenix. Am I allowed to say a comment?
Oh.
I ask you first because you are the, lady of that household. Because
What?
If Nick's your football, does that mean it's because his head's so...
Football head. That's what we're calling him from now on. He's now football head.
Commodore football. But I'm going to spell it differently.
Commodore Zane. I like that one. That's funny.
Dude, the amount of fun I'm going to have once I build my, start doing that comic. Commodore Kid! We love you, Commodore. Let this go on record that the person who broke it was Commodore.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that was great. That was friggin' awesome, man. And you know you love us. It's the only reason you stick around. Why else do you stick around? Glutton for punishment.
Maybe he's secretly one of those guys.
Oh, one of those kind. He's gonna smack the crap out of us. When your Smash Captain drops the F-bomb. What do you do? What do you do?
Oh,
That was priceless. I say some nice from the heart, and I get called a football head. Blame your woman. She's the one who started it. You cannot get mad at us. She's the one who started it. Talk to her. I'm just immature enough that I kept going with it. Ooh, a little too bright.
yeah, there we go. Oh,
One of those days, love.
yeah, this weather is just getting to me.
Uh-huh. I love it.
I am feeling it. I shouldn't be.
Well, we didn't really get to take much of a nap today. Okay, guys. Now, night for now. Take care, Meeks.
Good night, Meeks.
Thanks for coming in and joining us. Hope you have a night. As we'll be calling it probably in about 16 minutes there-ish. If my husband can handle that long.
Oh, baby, I can handle it.
I'm sorry, was that my outside voice?
Is that my Commodore voice or my Zane voice? Nice.
Just add a little bit of the bright silver
Very nice.
to her.
I don't have an inside voice or outside voice. I have a Commodore voice and a Zane voice.
That would infer that I know what a filter is. So for those of you who do follow me on Instagram, I will be posting my day 3 picture of the board before I go to bed tonight. Because like I said, we said last night, I have been forgetting to do this to record it. So that way people can at least keep up. And if you have any questions, which I'm pretty sure nobody does, but you know, if you have any questions, please feel free. Questions, comments, concerns, inquiries. I like talking to you.
I joined the Warhammer 40K Orcs community group on Facebook that's run by Steve Sixo or six plus Stevo. 6+ Stevo. Very warm welcome. There was drawn in by the Pale Orc. They have been very receptive to my orky stuff.
It's because your orky stuff is cool.
I'm going to be the first one to admit that even when working in contrast paints, non-oil really fixes a lot of problems. Combinations of Nuln Oil and Agrax Earthshade, you pretty much can fix and hide most of your problems.
Which is the truth. Why do you have a picture of your man dressed like Cupid? Oh no, wings, halo, and a toga.
Yeah, he's being Mr. Innocent.
Ah!
That beard's got its own harp.
I have a hard time with the what? I don't know. I'll address that later.
I have a hard time with what?
It's something that Mink said. Something about some dog. No. Over there.
I have a hard time with the dog.
Are you talking about me?
Oh, the Spiky Bits. The Spiky Bits podcast.
Uh-huh.
They use very juvenile language on there. That's what makes it saying.
Okay, I did not understand.
Yeah, and Hunter Brothers bring up the fact that it's the funny part is that literally Spiky Bits has 50,000 subscribers.
Apparently we penetrate deeper though.
Yeah, because I've got 500 subscribers and I've got almost as many people watching my live-cast as he does. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Spiky Bits. I mean, I like his product reviews mainly because he gets a lot of free crap because he's such a big channel. So he gets a lot of stuff to review.
Oh, that's right. We have something coming for review soon too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah. So he gets a lot of stuff for free and for review and whatnot. But the whole Spiky Bits website is, I mean, man, that thing gives you cancer. It gives you computer cancer. I mean, it's got no, seriously, it's got so many embedded ads and web ads and malware and just crap on his website, and it takes forever to load. It sucks. I mean, if you don't have ad block, don't even go near his site. It's just awful.
Maybe not talk such loud crap about them.
What about Spiky Bits?
Oh yeah, good reviews. A bit Amazon click driven and regulates news from other people as their own lead.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is that he's just yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Spiky Bits is it's an ass pimple on the Warhammer 40K community. It really is. he brings nothing of value to the table other than his reviews. And his reviews are basically driven by the fact that he gets a lot of free stuff because of how big he is. His leaks and news are completely just resourced from other sites. I don't know. I'm not a fan of their coverage of things.
This we can tell.
And I can't blame anyone for being Amazon click driven or money driven. Unfortunately, that's the reality of this hobby. I mean, if you're providing content, a lot of guys that are doing this have this idea that they are going to do this to make money. And when they get to the point where they need to make money on it, they're just going to try and drive, use our Amazon store. I don't mind it actually with smaller channels or channels that provide services like Miniac or Frost and Fist or Midwinter Minis or Wylock. I mean, or Black Magic Craft. Those are channels that I don't mind using their affiliate links and getting them their little kickback and doing what I can to help them out. And because they provide reviews that are useful, but they also provide tutorials. And I'll be honest, on YouTube, reviews are great, but you can find somebody reviewing something and you can find 20 different reviews of the same thing. When it comes to tutorials, it's all about finding a tutorial that works for you. I really like Wylock's stuff. There are some things that he does very differently than I would do them. But I still love a lot of his aesthetic of the stuff he builds.
It's really cool because I like how he also breaks it down. Him and Goobertown, they have really pleasant sounding voices. I love Goobertown for that reason, by the way. If Goobertown Hobbies ever watches of one of these videos, especially this one, I just have to say, I love you, man. You need to do book readings.
Brent's a great guy. And he's another one that's just about, giving back to the community. He's actually a bigger channel, but he's all about giving back to community. I love that about him.
So cool, in my opinion. Of course, like you said, I also, it's hard for me because there's so many of you guys that I just enjoy being around. As such a newbie to the game and whatnot, how many of you guys have helped me out by explaining something to me, like earlier today when you guys were all explaining Tyrannid, that there's a type of Tyrannid called Gene Stealers, where I thought Gene Stealers were just the Gene Stealers cult. So it was really cool to find that out for me, and that you can actually have the two sides in a single army together. That was awesome. So I'm all about, learning new stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, who is it? Was that Black Magic Craft, or who was the guy that we watched yesterday that had the stuff we were watching him last night? He made the modeling stuff. Who was that?
Oh, DM Scotty, the
DM Scotty. Okay.
The godfather of D&D crafting on the web.
Has this amazing, he calls it cold porcelain. He found the recipe and he has a full tutorial on how to put it together. It's like Sculpey, but lighter in weight, but it's stronger and it air dries, so you don't have to cook it. And it's just really, really moldable and cool. And he has this one where he actually shows you how to make it, gives you the recipe, and then he has what he used it for. He made this great purple worm, which is beautiful. So if you guys have not seen this, I recommend go over to DM Scotty's, look this up. It is awesome. His terrain building and monster building. I'm looking at the stuff that he's doing, and I'm going, oh my god, the kit bashing.
Here's the thing. DM Scotty was the guy that really started the whole D&D and wargaming crafting on the web, on YouTube. He really was like the first guy to really be big about it. He does some great things. Now, he's mainly D&D focused, but you can look at his stuff and see how you can use it for wargaming. The thing is that what he did was that he went out, and for those of you that don't know, he went out and he garnered a bunch of other people that looked to him as kind of a mentor, and he kind of helped them out, and it grew into the Tabletop Crafters Guild, which now includes the Crafting Muse, the Tabletop Engineer, Wylock, Black Magic Craft.
Aren't you part of it?
No, I'm not a member of that, sir. I participate, but I'm not a guild, one of the guild masters or anything like that. All of those channels are really good. Some are better for certain things. As far as painting tutorials, I think the Crafting Muse is probably the best painter of the group of them. Wylock does a lot more wargaming stuff, so I have a lot more appreciation for his wargame terrain because he understands the needs of wargame terrain when he's telling you to build stuff. So,
hello, my dear brother. How are you feeling? You never called us today, and you never reached out to him.
I totally blanked on it. So did you.
Yeah.
How'd everything go, Al?
That's the intruder alert. Mark.
Okay.
What?
Anyhow, like I was saying, Black Magic Craft, on the other hand, is my. You sent me a PM on Facebook. Okay, good. I'll take a look at it. Black Magic Craft is actually in the very similar style to the way I build stuff. So I really enjoy his channel because he comes up with different neat ideas. Tabletop Engineer, it's obvious he's an engineer because he involves a lot of additional science in some of the stuff he makes. So he is, as far as content goes, I love a lot of his stuff. He does a lot of like steampunk and sci-fi and replication builds. So I kind of dig what he does there. Plus, he doesn't shy away from using 3D printing in the stuff he builds, and he often puts his files out there for people to use.
Forgive me, folks. I'm being yelled at by animals.
So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That whole group of crafters, they're all about the dollar store crafts. I mean, honestly, Phoenix, DM Scotty, he has an entire series where he talks about how he's the dollar store challenge that he does. That's the thing. Wylock and Black Magic Craft are probably my favorite two of the whole crew. The engineer, I really like the engineer. I like him for different reasons. His actual builds I don't enjoy, but I love to see how he gets from point A to point B because he really, watching his videos, I get to see ideas at work, and so it gives me ideas about my next build. He had an entire series where he did this orcish, this orc and goblin tower and barricade and palisade and all this other stuff. And that was a lot of my inspiration for my savage base for Warcry. So materials, but the same kind of look. So I think they all have their own thing. I mean, then there's always the high end dudes that are just crazy, like Luke Towan and Mel the Terrain Tutor. If you have not watched the Terrain Tutor, he does crazy stuff. And I didn't even talk about Luke Towan. Luke Towan is a freaking Mozart when it comes to terrain building. His stuff's just stupid. It's just like, I do some magic, and now I have a waterfall.
Picturesque waterfall, photorealistic.
Yeah, photorealistic crap. I mean, he is absolutely ridiculous. He's so good. Oh, there it is. So, for people that like or interested in 3D printing, they have a new member. I don't think he's an actual member of the. Oh, there's also one other guy. He is the Australian channel, and he's really good. But a lot of his stuff is his videos come off as much more funny, and I'm trying to remember his name. I don't remember his name of his channel because, unfortunately, he's more humor, and I didn't really like. I don't like his aesthetics. I'll be honest. I like his attitude. I like his presentation, but the aesthetics of the stuff he builds, I'm not a fan of. Unfortunately, even if I'm not doing terrain for 40K, I like my terrain to have kind of a grimdark feel to it, and his is almost, for lack of a better term, cartoony. It's not bad. I don't want to say it's bad. It's not bad at all. It's just not my style at all. And I'll be honest, for the longest time, there was a part of Wylock stuff that I wasn't a fan of because he does all of his dungeon tiles and whatnot in chipboard, and I've come to really like chipboard. I still don't know that I like the idea of making dungeon tiles out of it. And so if I ever actually make another set of dungeon tiles or use dungeon tiles again, yeah, I don't see me doing it in chipboard. Not my jam. On the other hand, he does some 3D printed design stuff that interlocks with his chipboard tutorials. So he built his chipboard tutorials to fit a specific look, or a specific footprint, I should say, so that these 3D printed tiles he built can interlock with them. That's pretty cool. That being said, we have crossed the 9 o'clock hour, and I'm starting to feel it. I want to try and finish these Gene Stealers before I go to bed. I got 2 more sets of arms to put on. Oh, I'm starting to feel it, folks. So we're going to get one last round of shout-outs to our wonderful Patreons and that keep things going and keep the lights on here. Again, Inquisitor Zane, thank you so much. Minnie Warmutt, thank you again. Thank you so much. Joe Bookish, thank you. Trying to do this all from memory, and I'm getting tired. Joe Bookish. Heinrich Botha, of course. Thank you so much. I got it. We got 2 last guys. Do you want to announce our last 2?
Those are
the 2 are 2 warlord level.
All right, and so our two Ward. Did you mention anyone?
Yes, I did.
I'm just looking because he goes, say my name.
Mhm.
Okie. And our final level is to the Commodore and to James Meeks at our Warlord level.
Thank you so much, everybody. And actually, thank you to everybody who came out and hung out with us tonight. Again, smash that like button. It really helps us out. Again, check us out on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm the Gamecraft Dragon. She's Lady Dragon 28. We do this because it's fun. We do this because we want to share this with our friends, and we want to share this with you. Thank you so much. Y'all be good. And epic your board, epic your game, and epic your life. Game on, my friends.